Okay, today I wanted to just show some of the other YouTubers who are out there who teach German through their channels and just kind of highlight some of my personal favorites and show you what else there is out there, because I'm not the only person who does it. I'm not even the best person who does do these kind of videos. So I just figured I would show you some of my personal favorite channels of German teachers on YouTube, and we'll go in alphabetical order just for no other reason than that. All of the links that I'm going to be showing you today are not only you can click on them while the particular channel that I'm talking about is up, but you can also see them in the description below. The first one on our list is actually 100 Sekunden Physik, and this one is actually not necessarily for German learning, but it is for learning while in German. So it's the same thing as Minute Physics, which also has a channel in English, so you can learn things about physics in English, and then you can come over to this channel and read or listen to the same videos in German. So it gives you a chance to learn a little bit more in-depth things in German. So that's 100 Minuten Physik and Minute Physics. Blitztag is one of the most active and most well-loved German channels that I know of. I personally use his videos in my classes, and I personally love these videos. If you click over here on videos and take a look at what it is that he has on here, you can tell that he has an extensive list of different videos for various purposes. Some of them are poems, some of them are grammatical things, and it's just very well done stuff, and it's all screen recordings, so he does a tremendous job with these videos, and figured I would give him a little bit of credit for those. The next one on our list is Clayey. He's been kind of inactive for quite a while now. If you click on his uploads, his last upload was 3 years ago, but his Wechselpositionen video is one that I use every year. I also use this two-way preposition video, and I also use this subject, direct object, indirect object video, and I also use his question word video. So he does have some really cool videos, albeit they are a little bit older than the usual videos that I'm going to show you on this list. The next one is called German Course from Daniel Deutschmann, and his videos, there are several that he's uploaded in the last several hours that are just grim fairy tales and other stories throughout German language. And then he also has some stuff like small talk and the body parts and just really cool animations and just kind of a really different look at the German language. Then we have Deutsch für euch, which is this young lady. She does a great job of explaining grammar topics in a fun way. She has a great sense of humor, and if I may be so bold, I think she's kind of cute, so that kind of makes things a little bit more entertaining. She definitely teaches German in a way that most people don't, and she's getting up there in subscribers, and I just figured I would kind of boost her a little bit because she does do an amazing job on that. And she doesn't have that many videos up at this point. She has this one here is number 16, episode 16, so she does have a few of them up there. The next one is Deutsch haben, and this one is somewhat active, so some months it's really active and some months it's not. So like the last upload was 2 months ago, and then prior to that it was 8 months, 9 months, and so on. But she covers quite a few topics through vocabulary and grammar and pretty much anything you want to know about the German language she does. Next one on our list is Deutsch lernen. This one is not one that I use all that often, but it is helpful for at least the basics of the language. So we have a little bit of audio here and a little bit of pronunciation and conjugation, that kind of thing. But it is just the basics of the language, and the only uploads that they have are at least 8 months old, so it is kind of an inactive account. Deutsch lernen mit dem Sprachschaf. This one is definitely one of my personal favorite channels on YouTube, because this channel has pronunciation and numbers and kind of the basics of the German language, but he also does requests, which is probably one of the coolest things about this channel, and that is that he will let you just send him a private message and say, you know, hey, I would like to learn a little bit more about this topic, and he'll whip out a video about it. He'll ask you a few questions to make sure that he's getting exactly what kind of a video you want. He does it in almost any language that you can think of. He has other people who help him translate things over. The next one is Deutsche Welle. Deutsche Welle actually puts out their own stuff. They have most of their videos are Deutsch lernen mit Video. These are videos that are supposed to teach you a little bit about the German culture, about German things, and it's all immersion, it's all in German, and it's obviously really well done considering that it's put together by Deutsche Welle. Deutsche Welle is an international media company, and they do a tremendous job. The next one on our list is GrammarPod. Their videos are pretty well done. If you click over here on the videos and take a look at what they actually have, their videos are uploaded relatively often, about every 3 months for the last several videos, and they have the grammar stuff, some dative case things, and just some basic stuff about the German language. They don't have a whole lot of videos, but the ones that they do have are really well done. Next one is German Herman. He started out being really ambitious about this idea of using this teddy bear to teach the German language, and he's since then kind of just dropped off. He hasn't really done anything in about 4 months now, but he has some really cool ideas about how to get people to learn the German language, and he did get quite a few of them done before he stopped doing them several months ago, but kind of a cool channel, just something different to take a look at the German language. Here we have German lessons. This one is actually a project by a college student, and he did a few videos, not a whole lot of videos, but just some common phrases and a few small things about the German language and some grammar, that kind of thing. But he does have a few decent videos on there, but they are all at least a year old. So next one is also called German Lessons. This one here is also inactive. This one, the last video upload was a year ago. If you scroll down, we have interactive lesson, and then we also have like the basic stuff, numbers, colors, pronunciation, that kind of thing. So he did a few videos like that, and then kind of dropped off about a year ago, but definitely check out his stuff on there. GermanPod 101 is just kind of a professional video system that teaches you the basics of the language. They have the numbers and some apologies and just basic phrases for different topics. If you search for a topic on their channel, you'll more than likely find something about that. They do have them numbered on here, but they have other ones that aren't numbered, that aren't part of the actual series of videos. But again, if you just search on their channel, you should be able to find something that you like there. Then we have German Pulse. This is an American company that blogs about American culture kind of intermingling with the German culture, so they have some stuff on here about festivals. There's not a whole lot of videos on here, but I've talked to the guy who runs this website, and he's planning on putting up some new stuff shortly, but their website is called germanpulse.com, and they blog about German stuff in America. German with Ava is actually a series of videos based on girlsforteaching.com. Girlsforteaching.com teaches several languages. They have French, Portuguese, German, Italian, and Spanish. And this one here has been, again, inactive for a while, but they did start trying to get some new stuff up a while back. They do cover most of the basics of the German language, so again, you can check out numbers and colors and the pronunciation and some conjugation stuff, and eventually it does get into some more of the complicated stuff like prepositions and adjective endings and that kind of thing, but most of the stuff on here is just the basics. This one is Germany versus the USA. This one is actually one of my personal favorites. It's a couple of roommates who, one of them is German, one of them is American, and they talk about whatever it is that they see as the differences between various topics. So we have like strikes and unions, the state versus the Bundesland, trains, just any topic that you can think of. They've probably done one on. It's pretty cool stuff, usually pretty funny. These guys are just hilarious, and definitely point out some of the differences between the US and Germany as far as culture is concerned. Then we have the Goethe Institute. Obviously, again, professionally done videos, really well done stuff. They've uploaded several videos that are subtitled and kind of in a different format than you would normally see. They also have the typical German series, which they have in Dutch, but they also have it in English and they have it in German. They have just really cool videos from the Goethe Institute, and obviously well done stuff because, again, it is from the Goethe Institute. Gruppe Deutsch Online is actually the group that put together the video contest that my students were a part of a while back. if you go to uploads and you just kind of scroll through, you'll notice that some of their videos are like German related stuff, and then some of them are actually for teachers to kind of help them out. So it just kind of varies depending on which topic they're on at the time. But they do have quite a few videos on here. All of the competition contestants are on here, including the Herr Hamburger und die Wechselpräpositionen, which was my student's video. We ended up getting second in the grammar contest, but anyway, they have some pretty entertaining videos with student-made stuff, and then they also have some materials for German teachers as well. We have John Kruger. He has kind of an interesting channel because he does some cartoon work. He does some videos about using some green screening. He also does some screencasts and that kind of thing. It's usually pretty entertaining stuff, great sense of humor, and awesome usage of a green screen. Here we have Kanal von D. Clare. I hope I'm maybe pronouncing that right. I'm not really sure. But this channel has kind of an in-depth look at a bunch of different topics. They have like phrases, and they also have some grammar topics in there, and just really great, well put together stuff, screencastings of different topics. And this one is relatively active because the last video upload was 4 days ago, and then we have 2 weeks ago and 4 weeks ago and so on. So it's relatively active and just really well done stuff. Then we have the Kanal von Pronunciation German. This one has the pronunciation of kind of some difficult things that you might find in the German language. So they kind of did a few of those. There's not a whole lot of them, and the last upload was a year ago. It is connected to another channel, which is the German for All, and this one again stopped doing videos about a year ago, but they do have some conjugation of irregular verbs, and they have some time-telling things and some other really well done videos about different topics in the German language. We have Learn German, German course, German language, which is another one that does some videos that are kind of sporadic. We have about 10 months ago the last upload that they had, but they did at least update their channel to the one channel before it was mandated by YouTube, so at least they are active enough to start doing some stuff. So they do have the opportunity to make some more videos, but the stuff that they do have is, you know, pretty basic stuff, but still entertaining and well thought out. Here we have Learn German's channel. This one is a college professor who just kind of talks about various topics of the German language, and it's pretty straightforward stuff, mostly again basic stuff, some vocabulary and that kind of thing, but again, pretty well done stuff because it is a college professor who put all that together. Here we have learninggermansecrets.com. This one is 4 years old for all of their videos, so obviously not an active channel, but their videos are pretty entertaining and well done. I personally like the one with the little girl, but that's just me. I'm kind of a sucker for a cute kid telling German stuff. Here we have Lesen lernen mit allen Sinnen. This one is actually technically supposed to be to teach people how to read in German, but it is great if you want to use this in classes for teaching some of the basic stuff of the German language, because it's set up for children. Whenever you're teaching like intro to German level type course, you can usually use these type of videos for that type of information. It's just, again, basic level stuff, so you don't have anything really complicated about the German language in here. It's supposed to be for German children to learn to read, but you can also learn the German language while doing that. Here we have Meister Lehensherr, one of my personal favorite channels. His videos are always entertaining, really well done stuff, great video editing, and he's definitely got a different sense of humor. It's pretty entertaining for me. He's got great videos that he's been doing for his Get Germanized series, which teaches you anywhere from the basics to some really difficult topics in the German language, and he's just a very entertaining person, German native, and his German slang is one of my personal favorite series, but I can't use any of it in class because almost all of the slang words are kind of dirty, but just great stuff, hilarious guy. This next one is Miss Tutorette. This one is again another inactive account. This is about a year ago they stopped uploading stuff, but their videos are mostly vocabulary and that kind of thing. But they do have some pretty good vocabulary lists on there, and they all have visual aids and that kind of thing, so there's pretty well done stuff. Then we have Nadja Blust. She is actually the kind of the curator of the Gruppe Deutsch Online that put together that video Wettbewerb, and she does some videos with just any topic that you can possibly think of, pretty much, about the German language. She has some innovative ways of talking about the German language. She also has like little cartoon things using different types of software. She kind of just experiments around with different ideas that she can use. My personal favorites are any of the videos that have Carolina in them. She's just kind of a different perspective, taking it from a kid's point of view of how to learn the German language, and it's always entertaining whenever Carolina comes up in the videos. Then we have Peter Heinrich. His videos are pretty much to promote his website, but his website teaches you German through mnemonic devices, and that kind of gives you a different way of looking at the German language, because most teachers are charts and memorization, and his is memorization through mnemonic devices, getting your brain to think about things differently so that it remembers the different things that you need for the language a little bit easier. Then we have Q Farben's channel. This one is an obvious violation of YouTube's policy, but these are videos that they've taken from various places, like these episodes here, the top 3 there. Those are all from Discovery Education, their series of videos with Sam and his exports there. Then they also have a few other videos that are obviously not their own work, but it's been on up there for about 2 years, so I'm guessing YouTube's probably not going to pull it at this point, but pretty entertaining stuff, obviously used for educational purposes, and so it's German language learning from mostly American companies, I believe. Rubos used to have mostly German videos, and then he's kind of evolved into doing videos about other things. He has festivals in Germany and just kind of some quirky things that happen in the German language, and also while he's living in Germany. He's actually from the UK, so he usually contrasts things that go on in the UK and Germany, and kind of just shows you the differences between the two cultures, but his videos are usually pretty entertaining as well. SBHS German is actually a German club who put up a few of their videos from their classes. It's obviously an inactive account. It's been up for 2 years now, but their videos are just some kids talking about German in whatever it is that they were talking about in their classes for the time being. So they had a series of 8 videos that they did with that, and then they had some bloopers, but usually those videos are actually pretty entertaining. Nachhilfe auf YouTube. This one here is actually School's Easy. This one is actually to teach people English while speaking German. So they speak German, but they teach English. And so if you're one of the more advanced levels of German classes, you can use these videos to kind of like delve into the deep parts of the German language, because they are speaking nothing but German in these videos while trying to teach you about other topics. So it's definitely a different way to learn the German language. Then we have the Global Experience, which is another cool channel. They have a great idea of how to do videos. They just stop people on the streets in whatever country. For instance, they have the French videos, and then they have in Germany, they stop people on the street and ask them, whatever it is that their topic is for the day. They just say, hey, what do you think about this? Or how would you say good morning? And that kind of stuff. They do it with several different languages, so it's not just German stuff, but it is kind of an interesting way of going about it. If I had the opportunity, that would probably be the way that I would like to do videos, but obviously I live in America, so I can't really go over and hang out and ask random strangers questions on the street about the German language. All-Time Tens is actually the English version of Top 10. Top 10 is actually a group that kind of just dubs over the other videos that they already have in English over here on All-Time Tens. All-Time 10 just puts text up on the videos and doesn't show you any of the actual words. They don't actually say them out loud in English, but Top 10 actually just speaks the language, and they just say it all in German. Usually pretty entertaining stuff, not necessarily all that educational, but like top 10 facts about your eyes, just random things that you wouldn't think about. So they have some pretty entertaining videos. There are a few of them that are mildly inappropriate, but you'll have that from time to time on YouTube. Then we have Tube School. Tube School is, again, not necessarily supposed to be teaching you German. They teach you some of the German language, but they also teach you other topics while speaking German. So again, this is one of those channels that teaches you, for instance, a little bit of physics of how things work and that kind of thing. But they also have some, the passive voice here and the Konjunktiv and just some German language stuff down here at the bottom, but lately they've been changing over to other topics as well. Walter's World is a site that helps people to kind of figure out what they want to do while they're on vacation in various places. So he does things in the US, he also does them throughout Europe, he's done a few in various places around the world. Here's a little bit in Chinese, so definitely interesting stuff to check out. He usually does like a top 10 sites to see in various countries or various cities, and things to remember as a traveler, whether in Europe or in America or wherever. Wortschatz is a site that just started a while back, actually. This one does some vocabulary, just using some visual aids and then having a native speaker say what the word is for that particular thing. But there's several topics covered at this point, so if you want to learn some vocabulary, this is probably the easiest way to do it, is just to go check out some of her videos. And then we have Tsisha, and Tsisha has two channels. He has the e-learning channel, and then he also has the Tsisha Kolleg, and both of these are pretty much the same thing, where he stands around and talks about some German language topics. Generally, he speaks nothing but German. I don't think I remember ever seeing any videos where he speaks English, but all of them are set up so that you know what level it's supposed to be for, and it's just very well done stuff. All of this from Beyond Tsisha, and he has the two channels here. He has German learning with the Tsisha Kolleg, and then he also has the German e-learning channel. So he does both of those, and both of them are really entertaining channels. So that was just my rundown of some channels that also make some German videos, and they do some really great stuff, and I just kind of wanted to show you what else is out there besides me, because I'm not the only person who does this, but I'm also not the best person who does this. So check out some other YouTubers who do some German stuff, and definitely check out my channel. Obviously, my channel has I've changed things around a little bit, but we've got some puppet shows up there on the recent uploads, and we've got German grammar for my German 1 kids, German grammar for my German 2 kids, then I do some random songs. Most of them are little kids songs and just kind of dumb stuff, but a few of them are about grammar and that kind of thing. Ironically enough, my my 3 most popular uploads are also my 3 most popular songs, so apparently people like my songs too. And then I have 2 playlists down here for some German music, so if you want to find out some German music, you can check out those playlists, then just put them on shuffle and hit the autoplay button and just kind of sit back and relax and listen to some German. I even have things like Hakuna Matata in German on there, so huge fan of some German music and put some playlists together for that, so check that out if you want to listen to some German music. Don't forget to check out the rest of my channel and check out those other channels. Thanks for watching.